Welcome to this edition of Desserts with David. Today we're going to make something out of this cookbook today, a blue ribbon baking for a redneck kitchen by Francine Bryson. We're going to make her blue ribbon pumpkin cake. To start off with, I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and then we need to butter 4 9-inch baking pans. So I got 3 buttered already, so we're going to butter this one. Just use your brush, get a good generous butter in there. So we'll get that going. Get it up the sides, get the whole thing covered. Just have some room temperature butter here that I set out for a while. Okay, once you get that all buttered, we'll set this aside. And then we're going to start with, we have a cookie crumble, which is going to be the base of our pies. We have a 14-ounce package of Oreos, 1 cup unsalted butter melted, 1 cup firmly packed light brown sugar, and then our 8 or 10-ounce can of mixed nuts. So first we're going to grind up our Oreos. So just put them in there in your food processor. We're going to pulse them until they get to a nice fine powder. Okay. Put our lid on. There we go. As you can see, we got a nice fine powder there. So we're going to pour that into our bowl. And set that aside for a minute. And we're going to do the same thing with our 8 to 10 ounce pan of salted mixed nuts. Okay, so we're going to add that to our Oreo mixture. And we're going to add our cup of lightly packed or tightly packed light brown sugar. Mix that in there, mix this all up. This will be our cookie crumble for the pie, or the cakes. Break up some of the, you got chunks of brown sugar in there. We get nice and mixed up here. And we're going to add our 1 cup of unsalted melted butter. And you're going to mix that so everything's coated. All nice and coated in there, so it's all got some butter on it. And then we are going to divide these evenly between our 4 pans. So let me put this out of the way here. Get our 4 pans, our 4 buttered pans. Now we're just going to Put it in our pans. And just going to press it down into the pan. Cover the whole bottom. Get that done for all 4 of them here. I think we got a little too much in that one, so we'll steal from that one. Okay, we'll set these aside. Chocolate off there. Stick into my spatula now. Okay. And then last one here. Get this pressed down, then we're going to start on the cake mix. Okay. Okay. Now for the cake, we have 1.5 cups sugar. Let's see, 3/4 cups unsalted butter that we have at room temperature. 3 cups pumpkin puree. And then we have 2 3/4 cups flour. Put that over here. Then what else are we using? We are using 1/2 cup. Can either use lemon flavored or regular Greek yogurt. I only had regular Greek yogurt, so that's what we're going to use. 1 tablespoon cinnamon, 1 tablespoon pumpkin pie spice, then 4 large eggs, and then 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So I'm going to move the mixer over here a little bit. I'm going to start by beating the sugar and the butter until it gets light and fluffy. So let's get that going. Oops, we made a mess. The dogs are enjoying the sugar. You're going to scrape down the side of the bowl every once in a while here. So it's going to take 3 to 5 minutes to get nice and light and fluffy, so we'll get that going. Next, once that's ready, we're going to add the pumpkin, the flour, and the yogurt, and the spices. So I'm going to get those ready for us. Grab my vanilla here. Scrape down the sides a little bit. They're almost ready there. Okay, so now I'm going to add our pumpkin. Again, we've got 3 cups of pumpkin puree. Put that in there. All right. Mix that up a little bit. And we're going to add our tablespoon of cinnamon, our tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, our yogurt. We have half a cup of, I have plain yogurt. Once again, you could do lemon flavored if you want. I didn't have any lemon flavored, so it's Greek yogurt. And we're going to slowly add our flour so we don't make a mess like I did with the sugar. All right. We're going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. It is a tablespoon of vanilla. Get that stirred up really well. Scrape down the sides a little bit. It smells really good. I love pumpkin. All right. Mix that a little bit more. And then we will add the eggs one at a time. And you're just going to mix them in until they're just mixed in. So we're going to pour them in one at a time. Oh, and we're making a mess again. Okay, the dogs are barking, so now they want some pumpkin pie or pumpkin cake. All right. Okay, got that all mixed. What we're going to do now is going to divide it evenly in the pie, in the cake pans, and spread it out and smooth it out. So let's do that. Move this out of the way a little bit. So you're just going to spread it over the cookie crust that we put in there, cookie crumble. So let's just try to get it even as you can. All right. And we're just going to smooth this out. So once we get this done, we're going to throw them in the oven. That's a 350-degree oven. I'm going to bake it from 25 to 30 minutes until a toothpick or the cake tester comes out nice and clean. So when I'm finished spreading this, and I'm going to throw them in the oven, and we'll see you back in a little bit. Okay, welcome back. Our cakes are done. They're cooling here. So you got to let them cool completely in the pan. They're almost cool. So while they're cooling, I'm going to make the frosting. For the frosting, we need 6 8-ounce of cream cheese at room temperature. So let me throw those in there. And we need 1 cup of butter at room temperature. So we're going to put that in there. What we're going to do, we're going to mix this, whip it until it's smooth and creamy. About 3 or 4 minutes, just so it's nice and creamy. I'm going to have to stop it every once in a while, scrape down the sides. So we'll do that now. Get some of this chunk of cream cheese down there. Okay. Now that's going. Then we have 3½ cups of confectioner's sugar and 2 tablespoons of vanilla that we're going to add to it. Scrape down the sides again. Okay, so then we are going to, on low, so we don't make a mess like we did with the other sugar, we're going to slowly add our confectioner's sugar. Do a little bit at a time and let it mix in there. So again, you're going to have to stop it periodically and scrape it down. So we'll do that right now. So it all gets mixed together. I'm scraping it down here. And the last of our sugar. Okay, while that's mixing, we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Turn it up a little bit. Okay, one more scrape and then we'll get it mixed all good together, and then we are going to take the cake out of the pans and we're going to frost our cake. And all right. All right. So there we go. Get a little frosting there. Move that out of our way. Now, we're going to put this here. Get our cake. We'll start with this one. Hope it comes out okay. Ah, there we go. So you got the layer, cookie crumb layer on there. So we're going to put some frosting on this layer. There we go. We've got our cake stand here. I'm going to put a little dab in the middle to keep it from sliding there. I'm going to slide our cake on. There we go. A little bit more there, like frosting. All right, I'm going to do that for the next layer. Make sure it's cooled. So you don't want to melt your frosting, so make sure they're really cooled. Okay. A little bit more. Okay. Slide this on top here. There we go. Got our third layer. Do the same thing. All frosted. Slide it on there. Make sure we got it all straightened here. Take off any pieces that fell off. Now we're going to take our last layer. Put it on top. Hey, you know what? We can pick this one up since I didn't frost it. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Then we're just going to frost the whole cake. Get it down the sides. Get this out of the way. Some of my cookie crumbles coming off there, so be careful. So do this, we'll finish this up. Just throw it in the fridge until you're ready to serve. And then we'll put the last layer on. So I'm going to finish this real quick. Okay, there you go. We got it covered. We're going to throw it in the refrigerator for a little bit, and then when we come back, I'll make some chocolate to drizzle over the top, and then we'll cut it and see what it looks like. All right, we have the cake here. We're going to make a chocolate topping to drizzle on top. What we have is a ½ cup of eggnog. I have it warming on the oven. We want it to just get simmering, and then we're going to add 1 1/4 cups dark chocolate to that. Let me see. Okay, we got it nice and simmering here. We're going to add our chocolate chips to that. Bring it over here. I'm just going to stir it up until they melt. Okay, and what we're going to do is just going to drizzle this on top of the cake. And we will cut it, and we'll see what we got. You can put it into a piping bag and drizzle it if you want, or I'm just going to drizzle it over top and get fancy if you want to. But do the chocolate, do this right before you're ready to serve it, because you don't want the frosting melting sitting out too long. Get all our chunks out of there. You know what? Maybe I will put it in a bag. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, I think I'm going to put it in a bag. And then we'll just drizzle it over. And it'll be easier, make it a little neater. You can use a piping bag if you want, or you can just use a plastic baggie here. I'm just going to use a sandwich bag. Pour it into the bag. You know what? I need my cup. Just put your bag in a cup here. I wasn't originally going to do this, so I didn't get ready. Sorry about that. I just think it will go out easier. Out the bag. Going to cut off a little tip. Take it and then just drizzle it over the top in any design you want to do. Let it go down the sides, however you want to do it. And we're going to cut this and see what we get. All right. Grab my knife here. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, got our plate. So we're going to take it out, see what we got here. And there's our cake. Blue ribbon pumpkin cake. Hope you enjoyed the show. Once again, our book was by Francine Bryson, Blue Ribbon Baking for a Redneck Kitchen. This has been Monroe County Library System's Desserts with David. We'll see you next time.